Hello everyone, Alex here again, and today I have a small little unboxing for you. Now some of you may find this interesting, some of you may not. However, I had this model when I was growing up back in the 90s, so this is quite significant to me. And basically it's a Black&Decker Dustbuster, of course keeping with the little theme I have going here with the recent videos on my channel. I think the two newest ones are both Black&Decker Dustbuster related. But anyway, I spotted this on eBay when I was doing some research into the 1980s Black&Decker Dustbusters, and I found this on eBay, brand new in box, so I grabbed it, and I only paid about £8 I think for this. I think it was about £10 delivered, so it's an absolute steal if you ask me. The packaging hasn't fared too well, but anyway, let's rip into it. And I even remember this box. My mum and dad got the one that we had back in the day from B&Q, but I believe this one was from Argos because it has a item number which looks very Argos-esque. So for some reason it's got tape around it, I'm not sure why. Not tape, sorry. Elastic bands. I'll keep those, they're quite a large size, you don't tend to see elastic bands that kind of size. Anyway, we're not here to talk about elastic bands, are we? Let's have a look at this. So, yes it is, it's factory sealed, as you can see. It's sealed at that end, and it's sealed at that end. It's a bit rattly, but hopefully it'll be okay. So, here's the box. Very 90s. I believe it's from 1996. It does say 96 on there. This model was available at that time. But this is just the original classic Dustbuster with the 2.4 volt battery and the wall mount bracket there. So, oh, there's another side I didn't show you. See, there's different models. There's the Super Dustbuster and the Turbo Dustbuster. That's why they called this one the classic, because this is like the original sort of Dustbuster. Anyway, let's open it up and take it out of the box. So it's not going to be terribly interesting because it's just the basic model. But first here we have the manual. Very basic, showing you how to attach it to the wall, etc. And there's some different languages in there as well, I believe, or is there? Oh no, there isn't, sorry. But anyway, that's the little instruction leaflet. They're pretty self-explanatory, these anyway. But what else do we have? Let's have a look. Oh, there's a parts diagram by the looks of it. That's interesting. Sorry, I'm just fishing around in the box here to get the last piece of the paperwork out. And it's fell to the bottom, never mind, we'll get that later. So the only other thing, of course, to come out is the Dustbuster itself. And what was this? Oh, it's a, what do you call that, a warranty, guarantee card. And there's no date on this, I don't think. It says 1984, which is a copyright thing, I think, at the bottom there. But this machine isn't from 1984. It's most certainly 90s. And you get the little wall mount screws to attach it to the wall. So I'll move the box out of the way. So here it is. So it'll be interesting to see whether this actually charges up and works. Of course you have the little charger, and of course the Dustbuster itself. Very shiny and new. There's the rating. So you know, it's just a traditional Dustbuster. It's got a sort of grey filter. There's the inside of there. So yes, definitely never been used, and it was factory sealed. But these style are actually more powerful than the original 1980s Dustbusters, even though this is the same 2.4 volt model as the 1980s version. This style is a bit more powerful, but they're just really handy. And like I said, we had one back in the 90s, and I also got another model exactly the same as this used on eBay because I remembered having that one, and to get this one new is it's pretty nice. So here's the charging tray. The one that I got used on eBay had a white charging tray, but of course this is grey. I think the original ones were grey. And you can just sit that on the surface of a table or whatever, or you can mount it to the wall using the little cutouts there, and it just hooks onto some screws. But yeah, it's pretty basic. As I said, there's no tools with this model, but there is cutouts if you wanted to buy them. But there we are. So I've just plugged the charger in and set the Dustbuster into its charging tray. So let's come back tomorrow and see if this has charged up. Okay, so I've left it for the recommended 16 hours for the initial charge, which it says to do in the manual. And it's actually been more than 16 hours. I put this on charge around 6:30 last night, and it's now 2:15 in the afternoon, which is of course the next day. So hopefully this is fully charged. So just take it off its charging bracket, and let's see if this powers on. So it seems to hold its charge quite well. Okay, so let's go into the kitchen and see what we can pick up with this. Alright, so here we are in my kitchen, and on top of my induction hob here we have a variety of messes. It almost looks like one of those home shopping demos, doesn't it? Perhaps I should apply for a job at QVC. You never know, they might take me on. Anyway, on the far left there we have pasta, next to that is rice, then we have sugar, and finally on the far right there are cornflakes. So you know, the typical kind of little messes you pick up with a Dustbuster. So here it is, it's fully charged as you saw. It's just the basic 2.4 volt model as I mentioned. Now this is the 1990s Dustbuster, which was the redesigned model to the original 1980s Dustbusters. And what they did was they actually made the opening larger, because the original 1980s Dustbusters certainly wouldn't have picked up this pasta here, let alone the cornflakes. They did tend to struggle a bit, the 1980s Dustbusters, the original models. But anyway, I'll just open it up here. You can see that it's still brand new, I haven't used it yet. So we'll see how well this does. It should have no trouble picking it up, but we never know. So, here goes. Starting with the pasta. No problem. Rice. Sugar. And the cereal. So there we are, no problem at all. And of course little bits are falling out because it's quite full, but that tended to happen with these older Dustbusters. Let's just clear that up. So there we are. So let's empty it, shall we? So after picking up all that mess, it is rather full. So let's empty it. Of course you just release the dirt cup as you would expect. open the bin and take out the filter, which has actually stayed pretty clean. You just tip out the contents. I've got one piece of pasta that doesn't want to let go. Never mind, I'll get that out after. Just pop the filter back in, and it clicks back together like so. So just to conclude the demonstrations with this Black&Decker Dustbuster, I thought I would show you it picking up another mess, this time off the sofa, because of course you spill crumbs etc. here. So here I have some cereal, which is basically Weetabix and cornflakes. Now this is quite an extreme example. I don't think anybody would miss their mouth this much. Well, I wouldn't anyway, not usually. Anyway, let's have a go and see how well this does. So there we have it. Now it did take quite a few passes to get some of the smaller particles out from the weave of the fabric, but as I said, it's just the basic model, so there were more powerful models available at the time. But yeah, that did quite well. As you can see, I have now attached the charging tray to the wall, as Black&Decker intend you to do. So now, once you've finished your quick clean-ups with the Dustbuster and you have emptied the dirt cup, all you need to do is slip it back into its charging bracket and it can remain on charge indefinitely. Thank you very much for watching, as always. I have many more videos planned, it's just finding the time to do it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.